Josie and I'm with Mandy, and we're at Seek Heavenly Things. I'm one of the 12, and we are reading Zooms that Jesus spoke through Mandy. This is part 3, a message proving Jesus speaks to me live for the plagiarism remarks, lol. But all this fits now very long. Everything he has been speaking with the 18 parts. So it'll be parts, but I will go back to part 19 when it's finished. Love you all, even when I commented today in the chat on Just Live today, the 345, it was prophesied in this message. Jesus is speaking and he's coming to wake up his kids. And this was all time stamped on Guillermo de la Parra 303. We were all on Zoom when I was finishing up a message about AI. Jesus started to speak to me all live on the spot. And it was posted on 4/7/2025 at 4:30 p.m. Part 3. It is hard when the enemy comes at you and says hurtful things to you and making you feel low and weak and not truly understanding who you are made to be. But I am God, the creator of heaven and earth. I know you are made to be, and I need you to believe it. Timestamp 405. I need you to believe who you are made to be because of who you are, because I designed you that way. So all of you are very special. All of my bride and all of my children are all very special. I do not have any favorites, but I do pour out my favor out on people because I am a God of order, and I do that to show my people what to do and what not to do. Just like I create lessons when people are falling short, and you'll always going to fall short in these fleshly bodies. But sorry, I have to breathe. Okay. Timestamp 1437. But I create lessons and I show people the fall, and I show them how to stop believing, and then I set them up for things. These are the things that are coming with McKenna that you guys are going to be very surprised on. Now, not all of you will be surprised because you can kind of see what is going on, what's going to happen. Timestamp 1453. But I've already told certain ones in the group what's going to happen with McKenna, and my word is true, and it will come true. Timestamp 1500. However, you do not know to worry. You don't have to worry because I'm going to turn back the dial. Timestamp 1504. So every single thing that I've said about McKenna, she's going to be living in paradise. Timestamp 1509. When all of this is going on, so you don't have to worry, timestamp 1512, about any of that because I'm guiding everything and I'll be leading every single thing because I am Yeshua HaMashiach. I come in the flesh. I bled and died on the cross and I rose on the third day. I allow things to happen for my purpose and my glory, timestamp 1524. I try to tell you that the enemy has been after all of you since the very beginning, timestamp 1529. I'm not playing when I say the enemy is trying to devour you all. Timestamp 1533. There's a reason I put those things out there. There's a reason I allow the devil to put things out there. Timestamp 1539, because he's always showing you what is coming. Timestamp 1543. I am doing things and leading things because I have allowed the enemy to come in because we are all at the end of time. The end, and this time I have unsealed certain ones that I have disconnected for a brief time. Timestamp 1555. I only disconnected them for a brief time because they stopped believing and they did not understand the lessons that I was giving the group. Timestamp 1601 because they were not on Zooms listening and they were missing the lessons. So therefore those lessons that they have to go through and the repercussions that they have to go through is going to teach my bride. It's going to teach my people who are not the elders because you guys are going to be leading the 144,000. So everything I am telling you will come to fruition. It will happen because I already know what the devil is planning. Timestamp 1625, and I allow certain things to happen. Timestamp 1627. Because I have according to my bylaws and my setups. Do I want everything terrible to happen to my children? No, I do not. But I allow things to happen to teach my people a lesson. Timestamp 1638. But I'm also a God of love. I'm a God of understanding. I know when people fall short. I know certain events that are going to wake up people around them. So I allow these certain events to happen. Timestamp 1649. But you don't have to worry because I told you a lot of the events are coming. They're going to be a facade of events. Timestamp 1655. So it's going to be a turnaround, every single thing. When the dial turns back, you're going to go in another world. You're going to be connected to another world. So there you go. You have those people back in your lives again. The ones that you've lost, timestamp 1708, like family members you've lost. When you turn the dial back, They are living in those worlds because some worlds are ahead and some worlds are behind. Some of the tragedies that happen in those worlds didn't happen in other worlds. You see, there are multiple parallel universes, not just the earthly realms of 12. There's all constellations, which you guys are currently now in Jupiter. Timestamp 1730. This is why all the frequencies are crazy in Jupiter right now, timestamp 1734. And it's really resonating across the world, timestamp 1736. You're all leading the pack of the world because you're not on Earth right now, timestamp 1741. Every single thing that I'm saying is true, and the devil knows now where the frequencies are, is because it has alerted him based on the frequencies, because he knows how it all works from the very beginning, because it was all set up this way. This is why the earth was even created. It's why all the constellations were created, and all of you are part of the constellation creations. Timestamp 1803, because you're my elders. You're from the flowers. Timestamp 1807, the original life form. Every single one of you are part of those. Your particles are there. Your spirit is attached to it, which is why you are here leading my 144,000. You are training to lead them. And when I call up my first fruits, timestamp 1821, they're training to lead more people, and then more people, and then more people. And then finally, when we're on the last world, the last constellation, that is when the physical rapture is going to come. Timestamp 1833. You know why? Because all the spiritual world and all the physical worlds are going to come together. Timestamp 1839. That is the veil being removed. Timestamp 1842. And every single thing that is now part of that is apart is now separate will come together. Timestamp 1848, and the veil is being removed. Timestamp 1850. You'll see the chaos and destruction fall. Timestamp 1853. Ice will continue to fall because the firmament is breaking. Timestamp 1857. But it's not just breaking on Earth, it's going to break everywhere. Timestamp 1900, because it's going to disrupt the center. Timestamp 1902, because every single thing has to do with the center. Timestamp 1905. It has to do with my cross. It's all the gravity of my love. Timestamp 1909. The ether poured out into the world. My correct ether, the correct grid, not the false one. Why do you think they're trying to... Oh, sorry, I have to breathe, guys. Timestamp 1921. Why do you think they're trying to crack the firmament now? Timestamp 1924. They're trying to get the ether. Timestamp 1926. But they do not realize that the ether is already gone. Timestamp 1928. I've already replaced it, the ether, and put it in Cassie. Timestamp 1932. And Cassie is going to pass it to all you. Timestamp 1934. Why? Because Cassie wasn't getting radiation. She was getting the ether. Timestamp 1938, which is what makes her so powerful, which is why I can't let her feel a lot of things physically. She only feels them spiritually right now. Because she's in the physical. If I were to take the physical and combine it with the spiritual, she would be too powerful. Timestamp 1953. She would create the storms, lightning, and thunder. You will know what that all means. There's a reason why I say the thunder's coming, Cassie. There's a reason I say all of those things, because each one of you have a piece of the puzzle. Timestamp 2006 to show my creations, to show every single thing, because you have the perfect position in heaven. That is perfect for you, so no one is above the other. I have position for all of you guys, because every single one of you, of my children, they are important, and your Father knows what you want personally on your missions. Timestamp 2029. That would make you happy, so I give you what your desires of your heart are, because I am the one that puts the desires in your heart, because I am the one that has created you. So I already know what you're thinking, what you are wanting, what you're feeling, which is why a lot of you do not even know who you are yet, because it's not time. Timestamp 2025. But when it's time, you're going to see that who you are is perfect, that the way I had designed you and made you through my masterpiece. Timestamp 2028. So we're going to stick around for part 4, and I claim that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, Yeshua HaMashiach, and he's God, and he came in the flesh, bled and died on the cross, and rose after the 3rd day. And all this is true, and he's just trying to save all of us, all his people. He loves us. He doesn't want us to be in pain anymore. He wants us to go to his feet, love on him, give us all his pain, give him all our pain, and ask him to come into our heart and lead us and guide us, and give him our will and ask for his will to be done in our life. And that's all he wants. He just wants us, and he's going to destroy evil finally evil, and then we'll just all be with him in the New Jerusalem. So stick around for part 4. God bless.